Hey, travel bestie. I know it's been a few weeks since you heard from me, but I wanted to make sure that when I came to you, I came in the right frame of mind, that I had the full story to give, as full as it's going to be. And just, I was moving. So I really did need to kind of pull myself together and get settled into this unexpected new home. So the last update that I gave you was that I had to move off campus. I believe I moved into my actual apartment on March 9th. I was a little concerned because I was, wondering, okay, well, how am I gonna go get my things from campus? I have so much, I have a full living situation. How am I going to go in and move all of that in a, decent time? Long story short, I didn't have to do anything. I contacted my cleaning lady, we call them IE, which is auntie. I contacted her and she and I had already been in contact constantly during the pandemic. I also contacted her to see if she could clean my place once a month. We had already cleaned the place together the day that I left for Ghana last year. She knows exactly how I like my things clean. So when I reached out to her, she sent me a message that said, "You have too much stuff." So she had to call in reinforcements and get another cleaning lady to come, and they packed up everything within a matter of hours. My entire apartment was packed up. And so through some networking, I contacted a moving company. They were able to actually go the very next day on campus, get my things and bring them to me here at the new apartment. It was kind of surreal. It's like, wait, did that just happen? I didn't pack up anything. I didn't touch anything. I didn't move stuff. And so I was very grateful for that. As I was getting settled in, it really took more than a few days, but it was interesting because here I had to move an entire apartment from campus to this new beautiful home, which I'm going to show you. I promise I'm going to show you. I'll show you what it looked like before. That, as you can see, I've made a couple of changes and things already. I'll give you a tour of this beautiful apartment. As I was getting adjusted to everything and really trying to get settled in before classes began. So I go to campus on the following Friday after me moving in. I was denied access. I was literally denied entry to campus. The guards at the gate were asking for a code. "Oh, I got your code for you." Showing them the green health code, like, here it is, this is my code. And they're just like, no. Go away, that's not it. Okay, what code do you need? So I'm trying to show them codes that I have and they're not accepting anything. And my representative said, "I'm so sorry, but we just received your application and it was rejected. So you're denied access to campus. You can't come on campus." Long story short, that messed with me. We were going back and forth. What about my class? The HR director actually contacted me. "Dear Charity, I am so sorry. You have been denied access to campus at this time. What about my classes?" She said, "Well, we are adjusting your classes to being online." I end up going home. I'm just in a funk. I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? I sacrificed a lot to come back to China just, and to teach in person, in class with my students, just to be denied access. And of course, you know why. It's because of everything that I dealt with in Xiamen. I tested positive for COVID, hospitalized in the isolation ward, got out, had to go back to the hospital because I tested positive. And so, that really, really, really was weighing on me. I was not in a good mental state. When I got home and I was trying to get settled in, my director sent me a message. It was like, "Hey, can we talk?" And I'm like, "No." This is literally what I said. "No, I'm not in a good mood right now. I'm trying to deal with my bad attitude. I just found out that my application to access campus has been denied. I'm gonna have to have classes online, and I'm really not in a good mood right now." And he's like, "Okay, so we can do later. Are you free tonight or tomorrow?" And I'm like, "I just told you I was in a bad mood." "Tomorrow." Okay, I love my director, by the way. So he's just like, okay. And so I have this come to Jesus meeting with myself. I'm sitting on the couch and I'm like, "Okay, Charity, you're really in this funk. What is the serious, like, what's the underlying issue here? Like, what is really bothering you? It all boiled down to rejection. So feeling like this was personal. You got COVID, you can't come. Like, I don't care if you've been cleared or if you're negative now, like, you still have antibodies and all of that stuff, so you can't come on campus. That's that type of negative dialogue that was happening. Okay, well, Charity, deal with it. It is what it is. Think about where you are right now. Yes, yeah, everything that has happened up to this point has been quite unfortunate, but look at the fortune that happened as a result of the misfortune. Like, yeah, you got it. You were evicted from a free apartment. Like, I don't care how nice they try to put it. You got kicked out of a free apartment. That's basically what it is, bottom line. Like, you got evicted from a free apartment, child. Not only that, but you're denied access to campus. Okay, well, get it together, baby. It is what it is. What you gonna do next? I told you I love my director. He just come flat out. He said, there's no easy way to say this. And I'm like, wait a minute. No good conversation begins with, there's no easy way to say this. What has happened now? And he says to me, they don't want you teaching on campus nor online. Wait, what? Come again? And he's like, I don't understand it. I've never seen anything like this before. And he said, you're still employed. Wait, what? What? He's like, no, you're still employed. You're just not teaching this term. And he's like, you know, I know that you're into like leadership as one of your specialties, and maybe you can create some type of like coaching program for the students. Wait, what? Y'all, your girl was having a moment. Okay, your girl was having a moment, because part of me was just like, what is happening? Okay, all right. Part of me wanted to burst into tears, because it was just so much stress and pressure that had been continuously building up of all of these unexpected hurricane changes that were happening without my permission. And on the other hand, it was like, wow, this could be a very unique opportunity. Like, this could be something that's pretty dope. Okay, what can we work with over here? But so there were just this side and this side just conflicting. And I'm just like, okay, but I don't have to stop being a module convener, right? So a module convener is kind of like I guess we would call them like a department leader, because I was teaching English for specific purposes. And also I have a team as well who, you know, I really like these gentlemen who are spread out all around the world at the moment because of the pandemic. And so, you know, we're working together. This term, it's English for management. And so I was like, I still get to be module convener, right? He said, I hope so. He said, I hope so, because, you know, as long as it's not teaching, I think it's fine. So I was able to still keep that title and that position, just not doing the primary thing that I returned to China for. I felt like it was a slap in the face, but it was also really kind of like a push in a new direction. Believe it or not, many Chinese students here at the universities are not coping well with learning online. So the coaching program is basically about helping students become better e-learners, and then not just that, but beginning to understand themselves as instruments in class. Now I'm bringing in the whole the management component, the organization development component into that, but helping them to be more self-aware of how they are, increase their ability to become an autonomous learner, and then also taking those skills that they learn as e-learners and turning them into e-leaders. Really helping them to hone in on their emotional intelligence and their cultural intelligence, so it can hopefully match with their intellectual intelligence. So my job is different than what I came here for, but I'm still employed. I have a beautiful new home. I mean, it was already beautiful when I moved in, but now that I put my own style to it, and I'm making it feel like home, because the last room that I have to do is my is my bedroom. So I have my gym over here, my home gym, and I have this is my workstation, which is also my studio. I have, you know, different walls over here for my studios, which I will show you guys when I do the home tour. Downstairs, you know, I have my morning devotion and reflection corner that looks out over the city. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, every single morning when I wake up, I look outside and I'm like, this is unbelievable. Every night when I go to bed, like even right now, like I'm looking out the window and I see, you know, city lights. Just, I mean, it's lit. Okay, it is lit outside and it's just so beautiful. And every time I walk, whether it's downstairs or upstairs, and I have this view, I'm just like, I can't believe this. And you remember, friend, when I was in the isolation ward, no mirrors, and I was about to lose my mind. It was one of the toughest things I've ever had to do in my life. But I made sure that I stayed focused, writing you all, blogging about everything, because I needed to keep myself preoccupied. I had to focus on something other than the situation, because if I didn't, I would not have survived. And so when I walk by these windows and I see the city and I see the city night lights, and I'm just, you know, in the morning, even when I see pollution on rainy days, I remember when I couldn't see anything but four walls. Friend, we have come such a long way. Why has this been the longest year? We are in the second quarter of 2021, but I feel like the past quarter has been like a full 365 days. So I had to wait before giving you an update because there was just so much that was still happening and so much that was still unfolding. And even now with this journey, so yes, I was blogging like daily, you know, semi-daily, multiple times a week during the Quarantine Chronicles. But as you can see now, you know, work has started, and life is happening. So much is going on. What you can expect from me is at least one blog post a week, and my YouTube channel popping. Like, let's make sure we are going to check out all of the travel. The month of April, I do have content for you, and then we'll just continue to build off of that. But I just wanted to give you an update and to say thank you all for sticking with me, friend. Speechless. From my heart to yours, please, please, please accept my gratitude, my appreciation, and my thanks for being there for me when I was going through one of the darkest times of my life. And things are looking up, they're getting brighter, and I look forward to sharing every bit of that with you. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.